historic Olivia building in Joplin caught on fire last night. We'll have updated details from officials as well as a look back at its history. I'm Caitlin Shive. That's coming up.
Plus, we'll look at the strain the pandemic is putting on rural healthcare providers.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A historic downtown Joplin building is badly damaged by fire. This is KOAM News at 10. The fire at the Olivia building on Moffett was contained to the 5th floor of the building. There were no injuries, thankfully, but the building did suffer extensive fire and water damage. An investigation is still ongoing. Tonight, KOAM's Caitlin Shive shares some more details from officials and also gives us a look back at the history of the building.
The Olivia apartment building has sat at 320 South Moffett in Joplin since February of 1906.
And Anton Bendelari was the person that had this vision that he thought that there needed to be some places to stay and close to the commercial center. And so a sophisticated apartment house came to mind, and he spent $150,000, which is a tremendous amount of money, to build this magnificent structure. And he hired Austin Allen, a local Joplin architect, to design it.
The building was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2008.
The designations are revered and are very special. And we also have districts, and in fact it's in the great community of Murfreesburg, the Murfreesburg district.
These original Austin Allen photographs came into the hands of Brad Belk with the Joplin Historic Society only a couple of weeks ago.
They're extraordinary because, to my knowledge, I had never run across anything to see what the building actually looked like in its first days of opening up.
But just as a new look into the building's history emerges, community members witnessed part of the beloved structure burn Monday night.
On Monday night, we were dispatched to 320 South Moffett for a report of fire on a roof. Our crews arrived, very familiar with the building, it being the Olivia Apartments. We found a 5-story, we knew it was a vacant apartment complex with heavy fire showing on the 5th floor, and it was through the roof.
Firefighters were able to contain the fire to the 5th floor and put out the flames by 1 in the morning. The fire is still under investigation. Electric was connected to the building at the time of the fire, but a cause is unknown for now as crews have been unable to reach where it could have started due to extensive damage.
It's heartbreaking. We had really been actively working on that property specifically with our endangered properties program this year and thought we had made a lot of great strides and that things were moving forward for it.
The Downtown Joplin Alliance has been working with developers to potentially restore the building into senior housing, but the future of that plan is now unknown.
They're not necessarily out. They're not sure at this point. Obviously some assessments going to have to be done.
The Olivia was also listed on Missouri's 2020 list of places in peril, something more true now than ever.
That's exactly what places of peril is this building is endangered.
In Joplin, Caitlin Shive, KOAM News.
Again, the building also sustained water damage to its lower levels. There were no injuries reported. Health officials in Wilson County, Kansas are trying to keep up with an influx of coronavirus cases. The county recently exceeded 400 total cases, with 30 of those coming in over the weekend. Well, now their contact tracers are working to find all those exposed, but are having a hard time keeping up. And the health officer explains that their local hospital isn't equipped to handle COVID-19 patients who need intensive care, but they're having a hard time finding beds available at larger hospitals.
That's scary because if you have to call multiple places and it takes hours to transfer out a patient who can't breathe well, we get nervous, the family gets nervous, the patient is not in the place where they need to be, and so that makes it difficult for us to do to care for the patient the way they should.
Wilson County adopted a mask mandate into place on November 23rd. Here's an updated look at coronavirus cases among some of our area counties. Jasper County has had 5,297 total cases. Newton County, Missouri is reporting 3,368 cases. McDonald County, Missouri has had 1,715 cases. Finally, Crawford County, Kansas is sitting at 2,665. I lied. We got one more. Ottawa County, Oklahoma has a total of 1,973 cases. Newton County Health Department reports 3 COVID-19 related deaths, bringing their total to 55. Those patients were all men, 2 in their 80s and 1 in their 40s. Doug Heddy joining us now with our first look at weather and a good forecast at that.
Yeah, it looks pretty good over the next couple days, and even today, another great day. We've been slowly inching those temperatures up just a bit over the past couple days. Cold start, 29.57 for a high, well above our average high of 49 degrees, so we'll take that. We have had a few little clouds that have rotated through, but in general, we have clear skies now, and it looks like that's what we'll see tonight. If you look out to the west, not a ton going on until you get out into the western third of the U.S., so at least the next couple days are going to be pretty quiet. It is kind of chilly, mainly mid to upper 30s to mid 40s, depending on where you live. I think most of us will sit around 38 later on tonight. 49 by 9, 63 by noon. And look at our high temp up to 68 degrees tomorrow afternoon. We do have changes which are going to roll in, so we're going to look at that here in just a bit.
Doug, thanks as always. Oklahoma Highway Patrol is now asking for the assistance of any witnesses to a crash about 7:45 Monday morning on State Highway 10 around 1.6 miles northeast of Wyandotte. Officials say 20-year-old Alexis Crawford of Wyandotte swerved while trying to avoid a truck turning in the other lane and hit another vehicle. Crawford was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver and passenger of the other vehicle involved had only minor injuries. Pittsburgh police arrest a suspect in a burglary at Horton's Pizza Plus. Authorities say a Horton's employee arrived at work Monday morning and found a brick had been thrown through the front glass of the business and that some property had been stolen. After investigating, police arrested 26-year-old Austin Fenimore of Pittsburgh. Fenimore is being charged with burglary, criminal damage to property, also theft of property. Joplin police arrest a man they say assaulted a woman on the Frisco Trail. Back on Saturday, officers responded to the area of Euclid and North St. Louis. A woman told officers that a man on the Frisco Trail attacked her, held a knife to her throat, and demanded he follow her. Police say the victim told them the man ran away when she told him that her husband was coming. Officers searched the area but couldn't find the suspect then. They say 2 days later the victim spotted the suspect in Webb City and called police. Authorities arrived at that location and found 36-year-old Aaron Eldridge and arrested him on active warrants. The JPD says they've submitted charges for the crime of second-degree assault against Eldridge. Still ahead, going to have the latest on surging cases of COVID-19 across the country as Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is entering the final phase of review by U.S. government regulators. And the Boeing 737 MAX has been cleared to fly again, and we now know where it's going to be taking off from first. The world failed to see the coronavirus coming a year ago, but today it may have witnessed the beginning of the end of the pandemic. Tanya Bacchus reports from Los Angeles.
The United Kingdom's coronavirus immunization effort is now underway. In Coventry, England, 90-year-old Margaret Keenan became the first person to receive the Pfizer vaccine.
Hopefully it'll help other people to come along and do as I did.
Officials are making plans to start distributing the vaccine in the U.S. In a new report, the FDA said it appears to be both effective and safe. An independent advisory panel will vote Thursday on whether to recommend the vaccine. If it does, the agency is expected to issue an emergency use authorization.
Today we're on the verge of another American medical miracle.
President Trump convened a vaccine summit at the White House on Tuesday.
Every American who wants the vaccine will be able to get the vaccine, and we think by spring we're going to be in a position that nobody would have believed possible just a few months ago.
The vaccine is arriving as the U.S. continues to set records for new infections and hospitalizations.
I'm not surprised. People they're still out and about, hoping that if they, continue to live their life, this too shall pass.
Cities and states across the country are enacting new measures to slow the virus's spread. Washington State extended its stay-at-home order through January 4th. A statewide 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew goes into effect in North Carolina later this week. Tanya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Next week, the FDA is expected to issue its report on the coronavirus vaccine that was developed by Moderna. Like Pfizer's, it's on track to begin to be distributed by the end of the year. Boeing is delivering a 737 MAX to United Airlines nearly 2 years since the planes were grounded. It's the first 737 delivery for Boeing since it was forced to ground the plane after 2 air disasters killed 346 crew members and passengers. But the FAA approved it last month to fly again. Boeing is sitting on about 450 MAX jets it has built since March of 2019. The company has said it expects to deliver only half of those planes by the end of 2021. American Airlines plans to be the first airline to return flying passengers on the MAX starting December 29th, with flights between Miami and New York. Doug Heddy is next with his complete forecast, and a little later on KOAM News at 10, a generous donation to the Southeast Kansas Humane Society ensures they're going to be able to keep the animals in their care happy and fed.
Well, it turned out to be a great day for us today. Temperatures just fantastic. We've been slowly warming up over the past couple days, and plenty of sunshine across the region. Great shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course. Indigo on the outskirts of Seneca, Missouri, and clear skies right now. And it looks like that's what we're going to see most of the night. In fact, pretty calm over the next couple days. Then we're going to start to see some changes as a weekend storm system will roll in, but we are going to warm up ahead of it. Of course, you can always get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog. That is KOAM Newsnow.com. Looking off toward the east-southeast from our station, sitting at 40, southerly winds 5 to 10, humidity is at 70%. And we did have a few little clouds that kind of snuck through earlier this evening. All these are gone. It looks good. We'll have pretty much mostly clear skies as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. Let's jump out west. Not a lot going on until you get into the very western third of the country. You'll see a little system down toward Los Angeles, another one up toward the Pacific Northwest, but those are still a couple days away. So ahead of it, we get really nice weather. But you can see that spin off the coast of California, just to south of Los Angeles, and that's been sitting there for the past couple days, and it's not going to go anywhere until a system in the Gulf of Alaska kind of kicks it out and sends it our direction. Once that occurs, that's when we'll start to see some changes. But tomorrow looks good. Thursday looks good. Clouds increase Thursday night. Rain chances increase on Friday. And then we'll see what happens on the backside of the system as we get a little bit colder air. That could give us some chances of at least a little bit of snow as we head into the weekend. For us tonight, we'll drop back upper 30s. Still, we're going to have pretty much clear skies. As we go through the daytime hours tomorrow, great warm up. I think most of us upper 60s. You got to remember our average high is upper 40s for this time of the year. 38 to start, 62 by noon. High temp right around 68 during the afternoon hours. Tomorrow night, we'll drop back near 40. And then as we head into Thursday, looks fantastic again. Temperatures right around 70 degrees. I think we'll have quite a bit of sunshine. A few clouds are going to start to roll in late. Then here comes our storm system. Clouds increase Thursday night. We stay in the 50s for overnight lows. Cold front rolls in early Friday morning, so you can see the rain starts to develop. We'll see rain, periods of rain, throughout the daytime hours on Friday. Temperatures eventually going to drop back into the upper 40s by Friday evening. That cooler air continues to filter in with periods of rain into Saturday morning, and then on the very back end of the system, we could get a little rain-snow mix or maybe even over to snow by the time we head into late morning Saturday afternoon. So we want to watch that. There's another wave on Sunday that could give us some snow showers, but it will definitely cool down quite a bit more as we head into the weekend. Kind of chilly tonight, upper 30s. Let's go 68 tomorrow, so plenty of sunshine. 70 on Thursday. A couple great days to get outside. Enjoy it if you want. 54 and dropping on Friday with the rain. Then a little rain snow mix Saturday. We'll watch Sunday, staying kind of cool. The rain chances back in again by Tuesday of next week.
So basically you can like the temperatures in the next 2 or 3 days, but don't get used to them, right?
Yeah, never in the December around the four-state area. It's always going to change.
Doug Heddy, thanks as always. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store, also the Google Play Store. All you have to do is search for the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Well, today the SEK Humane Society made online fundraising history, meeting a $10,000 goal that's going to be matched by the Ronald O. Thomas Foundation for a total of $20,000. That's the most money the shelter has ever made in an online fundraiser. It's going to amount to a nearly year's supply of pet food. This donation will make all the difference for the SEK Humane Society, which has been struggling lately to keep up with nearly 100 animals.
We are so appreciative to the Ronald O. Thomas Foundation. It's events and programs like this that really spur movement in the community. And that's exactly what we saw. Again, we do not ever reach these online fundraiser numbers. So with their help, they made this Christmas miracle come true.
This was the first time the SEK Humane Society has ever gotten a matching donation. They're going to be thanking the community with some fun, free events and treats. Stay tuned to their Facebook page for more information. We had such an amazing response from our generous viewers on this Toy Box Tuesday, and hey, you have another chance to donate next week. We'll be inviting your phone calls again on Tuesday during our noon, 5 p.m., also 6 p.m. newscasts. You make a financial donation, and we'll use that money to buy toys for area kids in need. Or if you prefer, you can simply go to our website any time of the day or night and click on the Toy Box banner at the top of the screen. You'll see how you can either donate money online or personally deliver a new unwrapped toy at one of our many drop-off locations. And finally, most importantly, we thank you for doing what you can. Every bit helps. The Webb City boys basketball team welcomes in the Lamar Tigers for the Cardinals season opener. We're going to have the highlights. And he has one of the most unique names in local sports. We're going to find out how he got that name next.
Tonight is the opening night of the basketball season for the Webb City boys. Webb City welcomes in the Lamar Tigers this evening, aiming to start the season off on the right foot. The Cardinals enter the season as the two-time reigning district champs. Now we're just like 10 seconds in. Cole Vaden already knocking down shots, then Nakai Howard straight to the rim. Quick start for Webb City, they're up 14 after 1. Those two guys kept working in the second. Check out this finish from Howard. Pretty smooth on the other side of the rim there. Then Vaden knocking down another long ball in the second. Webb City up by 17 at that point. And just before half, Joel Beshore with the steal. Takes it all the way himself. Webb City, though, had 4 in double figures. They control it tonight, 77-48. The Webb City girls aim for their first win in their home opener tonight against Lamar. First quarter, Kate Brownfield coming in off the miss. Cleans it up nicely. Webb up 2 after 1. The second quarter, Sierra Kimbrough catches fire. Kimbrough steals, bucket, and the foul on the other end. And just before half, Kimbrough picks that one off. Other way again, 15 points tonight for Kimbrough. It's 27-11 Cards. Third quarter, Lamar trying to stay in the ball game. Josie Adams finishes on the break, plus the foul. But Webb City would close it out. J.D. Duda, nice pull-up jumper. She had a team-high 18 tonight. Webb City over Lamar in this one, 54-35. Always Right is a junior at Joplin High School. He's the Eagles' quarterback and the leading scorer on the basketball team. We caught up with Always today and his parents to get the story behind one of the best names in the game. If you've heard his name at a game, you may have done a double take.
I get that pretty often. I also get a lot of jokes, too.
Checking in from Joplin is number 1, Always Right.
He goes by Always Right, and it's not a nickname.
His full name is Joseph Always Right.
Wright is a junior at Joplin High School, and he has one of the most unique names in the game.
It's just me. I mean, I really don't feel different. A lot of people, at first surprised by it, but, I don't really think anything about it.
When I was growing up and I was in high school, I had a best friend, one of my best friends from here in Carthage. His name was Todd Webb. He was afraid that we were never going to stay in contact after I started my career and moved on. So he said, Joe, when you have your first newborn son, call him Always. So when he gets up in high school and college, when they start talking about him, I'll know how to contact you. The name actually caught fire, and everybody kind of likes the name, and people can get a hold of us through his name, Always Right.
It's a name sports fans will hear plenty over the next 2 years. Wright is Joplin's quarterback and the leading scorer on the Eagles basketball team.
When I first heard his name, I thought, well, those kids are going to be able to play, because with names like that, they better be. What Always looks like on the floor is kind of how he is off the floor. He just pretty laid back, easy going.
It's a tough name to live up to, but to Always Right, it's more than just a name, it's who he is.
I never call him anything else but Always. I never call him Joe or Joseph, I always call him Always.
I like it. It's pretty unique for me. I don't really think about it much, but I still think it's pretty cool.
You know, when you play the game of any sport, you got to go prove yourself anyway, and then the names will take care of themselves.
And I don't think it puts pressure on him. It's just his name, and he knows it's just his name.
Always is not the only one with a unique name in his family. You're also going to hear this kid's name plenty in the next few years. He actually has a younger brother who is a freshman named All Right. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Corporal Earl Hemphill. The Columbus, Kansas native served in the U.S. Army with the 4th Infantry in Alaska. For his service, he received the National Defense Service Medal, and we are proud to salute Corporal Earl Hemphill. He's tonight's 4-state hero. All right, so Apple revealed its Airpods Max headphones today, and like most things Apple, let's be honest, they're not cheap. We're going to break down the ridiculous price here in a second, but first the specs, okay? The company's latest over-the-ear wireless headset comes with noise cancellation and built-in Siri capabilities. They promise about 20 hours of battery life. A slim smart case is included, which puts the headset on a low power mode to preserve that battery. They also come with a transparency mode from Apple's in-ear counterpart, AirPods Pro. But the Max is going to set you back a pretty penny. Okay, you guys ready? They cost $549, which is double the cost of the AirPods Pro and more than the cost of an iPhone SE. Doug Heddy, what do you think? $549 for some headphones. You in?
No. I just yesterday I got a pair of Beats for my birthday, and I think those are ridiculously priced. So
they do sound good.
Out, but hey, weather-wise, looks great the next couple days. 68 tomorrow, 70 on Thursday. Rain rolls in on Friday, and our temperatures are going to be dropping. Could see a little rain-snow mix on Saturday.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.